Guys, let me get your opinion very quickly. Oyin,
Well,
around all of this,
yeah, I think the first one was Haruna Quadri, from, like you said, from 37th to 30th position. And a lot of hard work went into it. He started the year on a very good note, attended some Open Championship in Hamburg.
Paid his way.
And he was able to beat some highly rated wrestlers. That enabled him to, make a gradual progression to the 30th position. Omar Assad fought some lowly rated and he couldn't measure up. And secondly, you remember that Haruna Quadri beat Omar Assad in Khartoum, Sudan at the IWF top 16. So I think it's a good one for Haruna Quadri, and the way he has inspired his teammates. And I think I also read that depending on the ranking in May, that Nigeria could have some glimmer of hope of presenting the team as the team event for the next Olympics in Rio.
Right.
Then for the wrestling, Tony, we had what Daniel Egali said, but remember that Dr. Amos Adamu, former DG of NSC, said approval is different from release. Yes, the
approval.
Money has been approved, but it could take ages for it to be released.
and you remember we said on this show when we were challenging the sports minister, and I'm happy that that's a reflection of what we've been talking about when we were talking about the fact that once it is certain that funds have been approved, you can bank on that and go and get funds elsewhere.
Absolutely.
And then when the funds eventually are released, no matter how long it takes, you can now balance your books.
Yeah.
So that's what I think we should be thinking about now.
Yeah, I think that's what Daniel Egali will be doing.
The Algeria event is just a few weeks away,
so
there's no time to dilly-dally, and I think that's what they have to do. All right, Toby, let me read a few comments on Twitter. Babatunde Samuel says he's glad that our own Haruna Quadri is finally on top of that Egyptian. I hope he keeps it up. That's our prayer as well. Our very good friend Solomon Onu, who is the media officer of Heartland of Owerri, says Heartland winning our first game of the season was the highlight of the week for him. That's understandable, because Heartland were already struggling and they had already sacked the coach, and now they are winning their first
win
game.
in 5 games.
Yeah, first win in 5 games.
Yeah.
Toby and statistics. Taiwo Ogunleye says the highlight of the week for him, I think it was Ikorodu. No, okay, it says, I believe Ikorodu and MFM game was so interesting. Kudos to the fans. It was a good game. We'll talk about it later on the show. That's the Lagos Derby. It was a good game to watch. Everything you want in a derby, like the North London Derby, everything you want in the derby was there at the Unicon. Only that there were no goals. That's the only setback. No goal. But it was good. Atmosphere was excellent. Quality of football was good. Everything was good, but no goals. That's just the issue. Joy Forever. Okay, Asuni Adeshola says, the high point for me of this past weekend was the explosive game of football between Ikorodu United and MFM. All right, that's the Lagos Derby. Okay, well, let's pause a little bit on the feedback. Let's take you to Akure. Remember, Sunshine Stars are struggling. They're yet to get a win this season in the Nigerian Professional Football League. Sunshine and Nasarawa United. But then, over the weekend, Sunshine were almost losing at home when Ifeanyi Uba came visiting. Sit back, enjoy the highlights. Sunshine against Ifeanyi Uba United. We'll come back. Toby Adepoju will be here, and a whole lot more for you on Sports Tonight.
We have not lost here. We have an outstanding home match against Enyimba here. And I'm telling you today that Sunshine is going to win the league. As I'm telling you confidently here today. You see what we played. Put yourself back. The last chance we got here is a penalty. Well, that is a goal. The referee refused to blow. In our way match, they will blow it. If you look at the guys, they fought back, they got an equalizer, they got a penalty, the referees will blow. But I'm showing you now that here, Sunshine will win the league this year. I'm not doubting it. We have a better team. As I'm telling you now, 4 of our boys have been invited to the national camp. If we are not a good team, we will not invite players to national camp from our team. So we are going to win the league. Sunshine is winning the league. They are winning the league, as I'm telling you here. I'm not afraid of that. I'm telling you confidently they are winning the league. So write it back. Where we start, you see where we start. So that's what I will let you know.
I speak for Sunshine. This is a very good team. But today, 1-1, I think this is last match for this team for home. Every matches, I think this team beat every matches. Because this is good team, big name, is that today show good game. This is for Sunshine. For my team, I am very happy from game, but not happy from result.
Well, you had Kayode Julius, assistant coach with Sunshine, and you had Mitko Dobrev. That was a good game. The center referee, Ibrahim Ishaku from Kogi State, was excellent.
But Kayode said
that they had a penalty.
But I think Kayode should be cautioned because he said advantage to home teams. I disagree with him. We've had a lot of teams pick point on the road this season, and also teams won on the road. So I think they should be more brave. And he said they want to win the league. I think that's a big order for them.
Anything can happen. Well, let's take a quick look at the results of games played over the weekend. Rangers won in over Wiki temporarily. Well, Rangers are on top of the log, let me not say temporarily, and was Gordon Aguda with the goal against Wiki. Ikorodu United and MFM saw the game together, Toby. Goalless draw, Lagos Derby, good game. Kano Pillars, Aqua United, 5-goal trailer in Kano, 3-2 in favor of the Pillars. Heartland picked up their first win of the season, 1-0 at home against Lobi. Good result for Alphonsus Dike, who is the new man in charge. And then, of course, you've seen Sunshine against Ifeanyi Ubah. The Brazilians, the foreigners are really helping.
Got an assist.
Provided the assist in that one. Drama in this game, Plateau United against Abia Warriors. Plateau had the last-minute penalty.
And
John Gadi saved it to preserve Abia Warriors' points on the road in Jos. And then you had Warri Wolves, narrow win over Tornadoes, but the 3 points in the back.
Almost consistent with narrow win.
1-0. So, Shooting Stars.
Yeah, that's the Stars.
2-1 over Giwa.
Expected.
Well, late goals in this game.
Former coach coming back, and he was given a very rousing reception, and the man was touched. And Shooting Stars, doing so well at home, 2-1. You just need the 3 points at home. I think the most important is on the road for them. If they can get some points on the road, then they know that the mandate of getting a continental ticket.
It's possible.
It's possible.
Enyimba lost away in
Karakanda.
I
at
think
Karakanda Stadium 2-0 to Academy.
I mean, Enyimba fans are bitter, but for so to speak, you really want to view it that Enyimba have not won against Academy away from home for the past 5 years. But for Enyimba International, I think they've been struggling for a couple of weeks now. And, you know, result unacceptable by their fans. I just hope Ola Igbogon will sit up and, you know, find solution to Enyimba right now, because it looks as if they're in crisis, especially from the NPFl.
Well, Rivers United ended a late goal to beat Nasarawa United 1-0.
Yeah, Ivorian scored for them.
Yes, in that game. All right, let's look at the top. Rangers is on top of the log.
10 points.
10 points, the same with Pillars, but Rangers have scored more goals, and MFM as well. So you can see that it's really looking tough and tight at the top. Lobby with 9 points. That's what it looks like at the top. This is what the top 4 looks like on the log right now. And after the top 4, you have this set of 4 teams in 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th place. Rivers United, Abia Warriors, Warri Wolves, and Wiki Tourist Obachi. You can see that it's also very tight here. And then you have 9, 10, 11, 12. You have Ifeanyi Uba, Plateau United, 3SC, and Ikorodu United there as well. That's on the log. And then you have from 14, 15, 16 to 17th place. Yep. You have Heartland, Aqua United, Tornadoes, and Giwa on the log. And of course, this is unbelievable. This is what it looks like at the bottom.
No, not.
Yeah,
but you can say maybe for early days, but it's still unacceptable to see the champions in the bottom 4. For Nassau United, you can see argue. I mean, for Sunshine Stars, they've struggled. They've stuck the manager. Academy, they struggled. But for him, International, the cup holders, they should be flying high. 3 points from maximum, from a possible 9. They got -2 goal difference. Not really good for Paula Ibogon. I think he's really under pressure, and he needs to sit up. Especially Imbe performance need to improve. Unless something.
This is an unfamiliar position for Imba.
Yeah.
For Sunshine. For Nasarawa United.
Yeah, I agree. I was online with some of the officials, and they said the players didn't just perform against Academy. You know, the records are always against them, but on the day, I think Academy deserved their victory.
And of course, top scorers in the league so far.
Tony
4 goals.
Tony Opotu has been, you know, instrumental.
He has been consistent.
Yeah,
you know.
since last season when he joined Lobby Stars midway, he has been on fire, and I think he has continued where he stopped last season. Then Wasiu Jimo, you know, didn't score last weekend, but
scored in the midweek. Scored a few days ago.
Yeah, Frederick Obamati, and I like he's still in school.
Yeah.
You know, the last game they played before this weekend, he went for exams and you know, and he still.
Rabi Ali hat-trick in Kano against Aqua United was the highlight of the week in the league. 3 goals for Rabi Ali in that one. Second hat-trick of the season is on 3 goals, and then you have this young, amazing striker.
Gordon Obaji.
Yeah, got invited.
He's a member of the Super Eagles team.
Yeah,
the Super Eagles camp has opened. We have about 16 players in camp now. Samson Sears has already wielding the big stick on players who have failed to come on time. And the Falcons have also opened camp.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the story about Gordon Obaji is, you know, he was invited to the
Chan team.
He left. Then Chisom Chikatara took over his position, and you know,
look at what has happened.
The rest is history.
All right, but we hope that this time he stays around and takes advantage of the roll call of the new call up to the Super Eagles camp. All right, let's take a look at what happens tomorrow. UEFA Champions League time. Real Madrid are up against AS Roma. Real Madrid with a 2-0 first leg advantage. So we hope and they will finish this off tomorrow. And then you have Wolfsburg and again 3-2 from the first leg. Anything is still possible. Everything to play for in this game. So you keep your eyes on the UEFA Champions League matches to be played tomorrow. There will be games as well to be played on Wednesday. All right, guys, tomorrow we'll talk more on the fallout from the Lagos Derby and the other interesting stories. There are no midweek games.
There are no midweek games.
Teams
have got about 7 days.
So there's enough time for us to really look at what happened over the weekend, and we will talk extensively subsequently on Sports Tonight. Guys, I must thank you so much for your time on the show today.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
All right. So it's time for us to go on a quick break now. I have a special guest in the house. He's not a regular football person, but I saw him at the Lagos Derby, watching, discussing, talking football, and I said, wow, you talk football? Come on Sports Tonight. Let people know that you can also talk football, not just act or talk politics. He's going to be joining me after this timeout on Sports Tonight. Join us again.